One look at the walls of the John T. Conway Gymnasium say it all. 25 state championship banners, 10 in the sport of basketball, and 8 belonging to the measuring stick, the New London High School Whalers, who have shown that they can stay atop the conference. On the other side, Waterford. They are atop the conference now, led by star players, and finding that the road at the top is not as easy as you might think. Tonight, they meet on game day, live on theday.com. Casey O'Neill along with the sports doctor Keith O'Brien, and tonight, the Waterford Lancers, Mikey Bassetto and crew, atop the ECC, come to the Madison Square Garden of the ECC, where they meet a team that thinks they always belong at the top.
As Chop Parker would say, the mecca of basketball, New London is still the measuring stick of basketball, not only in the league or in the state, if you talk to Craig Parker. But listen, Waterford comes in this game, Casey, 9-1, ranked 9th in the state. The only blemish last week, the East Lyme, stumbled a little bit against Stonington over the weekend, looking to get back into a rhythm against a tough Whaler ball club. Yeah, and they're going to face a physical, guard-oriented New London team, and the strengths of Waterford will be put to the test tonight in that matchup. Sports Doctor, the one thing at play here tonight for New London, hot gym, only a two-man officiating crew. We'll talk more about that later. But in an atmosphere like tonight, sort of plays into the hands of the Whalers. Yeah, they like chaotic basketball, Casey, up and down the floor, and this is a recipe for a little home cooking for New London tonight. This New London team, we mentioned the 4 guards. It's a little different look for them. Let's talk a little bit about the players to watch in tonight's broadcast. Yeah, sure thing, Casey. For New London, how about senior guard Eduardo Gonzalez? Tough, scrappy throwback player. He fits right into Craig Parker's New London system. Whether it's knocking down a deep three or creating turnovers on the defensive end, Eduardo is always in a position to make big plays. And for guard, he's not afraid of mixing it up in the paint with some of the big people. And for Waterford, how about senior guard Omar Rahman? Omar has all the tools physically on the basketball court. Speed, quickness, athleticism. But it's his strength that makes him stand out. The senior guard can get to the rim and finish with the best of them in the ECC. A solid on-ball defender and the ability to knock down the long-range jumper make Omar a difference maker for the Lancers. You know, New London this year is undersized compared to recent years. Different team, but Coach Craig Parker is quick to remind you they are still the measuring stick.
All we ever tell our kids is, we just want W's. That's the first thing. We just want W's. Whatever it takes to win a particular game, if it's a zone, if it's full court pressure, if it's a combination of both, we're pretty versatile. We don't have any problem. We don't have problems playing whatever style dictates at that particular time. But yeah, that's a trademark of New London basketball over the years. At times, most of our teams have the ability to apply pressure and to turn it up, to turn it up a notch, so to speak.
My sophomore, junior year, we had Major Roman, Melquan Gomez, so guys 6'5", 6'2", so, we could always depend on our postmen. This year, it's more guards, like Coach said, Elijah Martinez, and our big man, like Benson. He's undersized, but, it's working.
I want to say I'm crashing rebounds a little bit more. Last year I didn't have to crash really because I had Major Roman and Melquan Gomez down low. But now we don't got that size, so it's my job to crash.
I just say, everybody do their job, play defense. I feel like we're the best when we score off turnovers, and that's just what we have to do.
Teams get pumped up to play us. We're the program in this area. We're the measuring stick. So, win or lose, we're still the measuring stick. And we just got to go out, play smart, play our game, keep our heads, and do what we do best. That's all.
I feel like every team in ECC is like, when they see the schedule, they see New London, they circle it down. They're like, that's the game. So it's like, but we don't try to buy into it. Like Coach said, we take it one game at a time. We just want to win every game. So that's just how we see it.
Casey, Craig Parker's got a fist full of state championships, but I do believe the last 2 years or so have been his best years coaching. He's had to have different players, different styles, and he's adapted very well Greg Parker's showing you that he can coach them all at New London.
You know, Sports Doctor, at one time or another, NFA, Waterford, East Lyme, Ledyard, lots of teams have stepped up. But it's been 25 years of excellence here at New London High School, and Coach Craig Parker's been around for all of it, and in his opinion, they are the team to beat. Waterford Junior Liam Spellman. You know, he's a lot of things for this year's Lancer team, but this year more than ever, you can add leader to the list.
Liam Spellman is a kid who will fill up the stat line across the way.
Give me that!
And he will literally do anything.
Liam just has like a really good basketball IQ. And he's always making good cuts and good basketball plays. He hustles a lot. He's just a real good basketball player.
Any way my team can win, I'll do anything. So like diving on loose balls, getting that box out that no one will do, but I'll just help out the team in any way possible.
I need him to lock up another player on another team, he'll do it. I need him to, play the high on a special zone, he'll do it. I need him to set screens. I need you to get this, I'll do it. Liam, I need you to work on this, he'll do it. And it's always, yes coach, yes coach, whatever you need coach, that's what he does.
My dad always helped me out. When he was coaching East Lyme, I'd always go to practices and he would kind of like let me get into some of the drills and stuff and always teach me at that young age how to be that right basketball player and how to just do all the little things that I do now. I try to pride myself on being like the hardest worker on the court, and he's kind of taught me that, and he's just been a huge influence on my basketball ability and my character.
The other thing he brings is immense leadership, and the guys around him look to him to do different things. He's always doing the right thing, always in the right place at the right time, and that's what he brings, is that leadership and those absolute intangibles.
Well, it's a good thing to play with Mikey. He just always knows where I'm going to be. I feel like we have like the same mind because I'm always cutting, and I feel like he's a great passer. So once I see this open area, I know he's going to find me, and I'll just get that easy bucket.
I told him, I said, you've been playing with Mikey for 3 years. One day he's not going to be here. So how is that going to translate? And he knows. He's in the back of his head. How is he going to help lead a team? Is he going to pour in 50 points a game next year as a senior? I don't know. But I know he'll be there to be the leader of the team when that time comes.
The Mr. A little bit of do everything for Coach Bassett and this Waterford Lancer team. Liam Spellman, great pedigree, great family, father coach. He's just a kid, Casey, that just wants to play basketball at a high level. Hits the floor, helps his teammate, a tremendous leader on the court.
Well, he's going to have to be all those things tonight to see them have a victory here at New London. We'll be back on the other side. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
My name is Giovanni Lopez. I'm a wide receiver at New London High School, class of 2018. Most memorable game was definitely the Thanksgiving game versus NFA. The way we came back down 22-0, it was just the greatest feeling ever so far. Antonio Brown, he's 5'10", and he plays both slot and outside receiver, and not a lot of people can do that. And he's pretty great at catching the football. Sport-wise, I got basketball season coming up, and then I will play college football. Where, I have no idea yet, but I definitely will be playing somewhere.
The following is a presentation of The Day.
The climb. Trying to get to the top of the ECC is hard enough. Staying at the top is even harder. And the fall is the worst of all. 5 days ago, Waterford was undefeated, unflappable, and unbelievably confident. A home loss to East Lyme and a difficult comeback win over Stonington have left them with some questions. But with Mikey Bassetto and Omar Rahman leading the way, they still have the confidence. Coach Bill Bassett needs Walker Sutman, Liam Spellman, and the rest of the Lancers to maintain their foothold. New London came into the year as an afterthought, and if wins over Ledyard and NFA didn't do it, one look at the walls of the John T. Conway Gymnasium reminds you that the Whalers are always in the conversation. Eduardo Gonzalez, Gio Lopez, Jalen Benson, and Elijah Martinez have been a nightmare for opposing guards, and Coach Craig Parker is the master of the big game. Who will stay atop the ECC and who will be forced to climb again if they can handle the fall? It's Waterford at New London, an old-fashioned rivalry, and it's on game day, live on theday.com.
We are live at the John T. Conway Gymnasium, moments away from the New London High School Whalers and the Waterford High School Lancers. A crowd still filling in to the Madison Square Garden of the ECC as they anxiously await what we expect to be a hot, physical, and highly contested basketball game.
Yeah, Casey, I mean, Waterford, like I said, trying to get themselves back on a little bit of a confident game here against New London. Waterford has beaten New London twice in a row. This could be the first time in a long time they've beaten 3 straight games. We'll keep an eye and see what the Lancers, how they start tonight.
I think prior to those back-to-back victories, they hadn't beaten New London more than twice in the history of the matchup in the school. These two teams didn't play each other until the 80s because New London wasn't in the ECC till then, so there's no history there. But this is a different Waterford team, but I think what you're seeing is it's difficult to stay atop the conference. Let's meet the players in today's game.
Mikey Lucetta, St. Joseph's Elementary.
Omar Ronaldo, Albert Einstein, 131.
Eric Pinch, Southwest Elementary.
Liam Spellman, the Southwest Elementary.
Walker Spellman, Great Neck.
Max Rosella, Asulachi Elementary.
Trevor Yeomans, Great Neck Elementary.
JJ Brennan, Asulachi Elementary School.
Tyler Peretz, Ionic Center School.
Ryan O'Connell, Quaker Hill Elementary.
Peyton Sutman, Great Neck Elementary.
Dylan Eckhart, Great Neck Elementary.
Caden Maynard, Southwest Elementary.
Giovanni Lopez, the Harbor School.
Jalen Benson, Harbor Elementary School.
Aurora Gonzalez, 3 Points Elementary School.
Elijah Martinez, Harbor School.
Isiah Benson, Winthrop Elementary School.
Sincere Gray, Gallup Hill Elementary School.
Noah James, Harbor Elementary School.
It's the Sports Doctor, Keith O'Brien. You want to hear from local coaches, athletes, and personalities? Well, how about giving my weekly podcast a listen? I mean, do you have a kid in mind, though, John, who would take the last shot down by 2 with, say, 6 seconds left?
God almighty. I mean,
I gave you a look at sports from a fan's perspective as well. Do you have a problem with him pulling up from about 35 feet, from the basket, Coach?
We have had talks about this.
The Sports Doctor here on theday.com.
So gallantly streaming, and the rockets rattling, the bombs bursting, and came through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner
Game Day is brought to you by the award-winning Submarine Car Wash and Detail Center, located on Route 12 in Groton, your local experts in auto detailing. A variety of car wash coupons are available on theday.com. Print and stop in today. Family First Life is a team environment, hiring many current and former athletes because they understand competitiveness and teamwork. If you are looking for part-time or full-time work, apply online at familyfirstlife.com. Sports Doctor, as the players are being introduced, you can feel the atmosphere building. The crowd is certainly filing in. We have a good-sized crowd. Let's talk a little bit about the keys to tonight's game.
Yeah, sure thing, Casey. For New London, how about create chaos? New London is at its best when they're pressing and trapping and causing turnovers. Knock it down. Take advantage of the three-point shooters. Martinez, Benson, and Gonzalez can all shoot the deep ball. And 5 on the glass. Waterford is bigger up front. New London will need a team effort to hit the boards tonight. And for the Lancers of Waterford, how about points in the paint? Lancers are going to have to take advantage of their size up front and dominate the Whalers. handle the pressure. New London will press and trap with their 4-guard lineup. Guard play key tonight for the Lancers. And up-tempo. Waterford was flying high till a loss against East Lyme last week. Lancers must find their stride and play this game in the high-scoring 70s or 80s.
Yeah, and I think that's the exact opposite. New London wants to play this game in the 50s, not because of a slow tempo, and that's something different. This is not a methodical run the half-court offense game in the 50s. This is a 25 turnover, mud goal line defense kind of game in the 50s, an athletic game in the 50s if there is such a thing.
There's that term, would you rather lose pretty or win ugly? And right now, Craig Parker he'll win this game ugly. And again, getting at guards, loose balls, creating easy opportunities off of turnovers. Listen, we know about the 4-guard offense. New London undersized up front. Listen, get some turnovers, get this game going back and forth. Casey, I think this is one of the few teams in the league that can stay with Waterford going up and down the court. Absolutely, and I find it fascinating. We've talked often about the ECC and how the matchups, depending game to game, we see Ledyard, they're a nightmare matchup for East Lyme. Both of these teams have beaten Ledyard. Yes. East Lyme, who couldn't beat Ledyard, has beaten both of these teams. Yes. I think the matchups, you say matchups make fights. I think that for Waterford, what they found was East Lyme's ability to score on the perimeter. Ledyard wouldn't let East Lyme score. Waterford struggled. New London is going to try to force Mikey Bassetto to earn every point tonight. That's why it's really about who the third person's going to be for Waterford. Yeah, and again, we talk about Liam Spellman, maybe Walker Sutton steps up. Maybe J.J. Brennan off the bench. He was a factor against Stonington last week. On the other side for New London, Eduardo Gonzalez, Gio Lopez, Jalen Benson, a lot of guards out there, a lot of firepower for the Whalers. Elijah Parker is going to jump with Walker Sutton, and we are ready to get underway. Isiah Benson, Lopez in the lineup as well. Bassetto has the ball early, and the Lancers will have the first set. Straight man-to-man defense shown by Craig Parker and the Whalers. They tried to get it inside, and Benson knocked it. Went off of Spellman, then off of Lopez. Pinball City, Waterford will retain. And we see Lopez gets the early assignment on Bassetto. And he's athletic enough to cover Bassetto, too. Football player, all-state football player, Casey. Around the perimeter, Rahman drives baseline into the teeth of defense, blocked underneath. And out of the pack comes Jalen Benson. There's Gonzalez from the side for 3, short. Rebound tipped around, and Lopez comes out of the pack, and he kicks it out to Benson. Yeah, Isiah Benson, number 23 up front. Nice block coming back, grabbing an offensive rebound, chipping in and helping out for the Whalers. Now we're going to see Jalen Benson and those pink sneakers. Inside it goes to Lopez. Lopez beats Rahman off the dribble, and he's going to draw the first foul of the game as 3 Lancers converge to the ball, and he was able to get the shot off. Foul is going to be on 4, Omar Rahman. It's an interesting matchup out especially on the perimeter, Casey. Who checks who? Who's physical enough? Who's athletic enough to check Gio, Mikey, back and forth? And then where does the help come from? Once it breaks down, once Gio gets to the rim. A lot of talk about New London being undersized. Elijah Parker's not small. He's standing there next to Max Mazzella, and he's the same size. And Isiah Benson is every bit as long as Liam Spellman, and Gio Lopez is a long guard. They're not small. Yeah. They don't have a. They don't have Major Roman. They don't have, exactly. Yeah. They don't have Major Roman out there as the second one from Lopez swirls and drops, and they're going to make Bassetto work full court the entire ball game. I think that's the early recipe on Waterford is you got to make Mikey work. Yeah. Then see New London back into a man-to-man defense. They showed you a bit of a matchup zone last time too, so a couple different looks early. Rahman drives, floater, and he gets the touch. There you see the strength, Casey, the ability to rise up and knock it down, Omar Rahman. Yeah, I really like his game, Sports Doctor. He can get to the rim pretty much whenever he wants against any team. We saw that twice already. Very, very strong with the basketball. And a high riser at that, too. Rahman jumps to the ball, steals it from Benson, and on the other end, we're going to get a foul on Jalen Benson. And Rahman, we'll see if that foul's on the line or if Rahman will shoot 2.
He wants the shots, but they're going to say that's on the floor.
A little nickel dimer there called by Jigsy. It's a two-man crew tonight, Casey. Two-man crew working this ball game.
Rich Radiccioni, Tim Gigliotti. Basetto inbounds to Sutman. Rahman with Benson on him now. Long three in Benson's face, and that's going to be short. And Isiah Benson grabs the rebound.
And I think that's a shot that Craig Parker will give Omar Rahman.
Gonzalez finds a cutting Lopez. Drives in traffic. Left hand no good. Ball tipped around. Out of bounds. What a save by Jalen Benson, but into the hands of Basetto. Basetto fakes the behind the back and misses the layup. Maybe a little too fancy. Sutman finds Spellman in the corner. Basetto, three ball. No good. And a strong rebound. Gio Lopez.
And he comes right back up the court with it.
Parker on the drive. Blocked off the backboard by Mazzella. Ahead of the pack, Rahman drives on Benson. And we're going to get a second foul in a matter of a minute on Jalen Benson.
The hard charge and the push that time by Omar Rahman. Taking it to the cup. Back and forth action, Casey, like we talked about in the beginning of the game. Benson picking up his second quick foul.
Coach Craig Parker disagrees with that call, but, that's Coach Craig Parker. Rahman drains the first one. I'm sorry, Tony Gigliotti, the official. I misspoke because his brother Tim is a longtime player for New London Legion.
Elijah Martinez checks in for Jalen Benson. Sharpshooter, number 30. Omar Rahman, 4 points. All 4 points.
Gonzalez, little stutter step, loses the ball, and Spellman, no foul. Ball loose. There's the ugly play the Whalers want. Parker gets it over in the corner now. Three ball, Martinez, no good. Benson with another rebound. Martinez drives, and we're going to get a foul inside. And that one's going to go on Mazzella.
I don't want to sit there and say that Elijah Parker is undersized by any stretch of the imagination. He went to football. He went for a football visit over the weekend. Missed the NFA game. Went up to Central football visit.
Yeah, a heck of a year. Now that's a free throw miss there out of Martinez, and if you're the specialist shooter, you got to knock it down. Whalers have yet to score from the field. Second one is also back iron, but a strong rebound by Parker. Just inside the three-point line, missed shot from Eduardo Gonzalez, and the Whalers haven't made a shot from the field yet. Oh, what a nice pass by Basetto to Sutman for the alley-oop.
Big fella gets rewarded for running the floor. That's the beauty of playing with Mikey Basetto as a big man. You run the floor, you're going to get your taken.
Basetto picks the pocket of Lopez, loses the ball on the floor. Sutman loses it back again. Craziness. Benson drives, floater in the lane, no good. Out of bounds off Spellman, and it will be Whaler basketball. There's the sloppy play that New London's looking for. They just haven't been able to finish at the basket.
Now there's a lid down there in the basket, that's for sure for the Whalers. Point blank looks.
In the corner, Benson, Lopez drives to the basket. Floater in the lane is good. That's Gio's shot right there. He loves that floater in the lane. Basetto, nice look to Sutman, pulls up, and he'll get fouled. Great look, and Walker being a little more aggressive in the early going. Basetto finds him, and he'll shoot two.
Yeah, I like the threat of the jump shot that time by Walker Sutman. Again, Casey, he's usually very active around the rim, but if he can catch and knock down that 8 or 9 footer for Coach Bassett, added dimension to this Lancer team. We didn't see that the other night against East Lyme.
A ugly display at the line for both teams in the early going. One more for Walker.
You got to feel like this game is playing right now at New London's pace and tempo, though. Again, low scoring, ugly, scrapping back and forth, loose balls galore.
Fast-paced, physical, and ugly. Lopez drives all the way basket, pulls up on Mazzella, in and out again. Strong rebound by Isiah Benson, goes up, no good. On the other side, that was Parker. Benson got the rebound. Now Martinez drives the lane, switches to the left hand, no good. Parker underneath. Whalers are outworking the Lancers on the boards, And finally, Isiah Benson finishes.
Yeoman's work, lunch pail work done that time by the Whalers. Then you're going to see, is that a violation?
Max Mazzella took a spill that time, bumping into Elijah Parker. Now Basetto going to slow things down for Waterford. Off a screen from Sutman, drives, finds a cutting Spellman. Layup is missed. Good look, but no result. Now Lopez comes the other way. Jump step and out of bounds. It's going to be off Waterford, and it'll be Whaler basketball.
You know, with a two-man crew out there, too, you're going to see a lot of physical play tonight. You're going to see a lot of guys banging. You know, maybe some calls being missed out there. Both guys getting up as best they can.
Now, on the other end, Basetto, that's twice now he's found an open cutter with no result. You know, that's a good look, but the Waterford guys have to help him out and finish. Benson drives, kicks out to Gonzalez, who goes baseline. Benson right inside the key, no good. Strong rebound, Sutman. He gets it to Rahman, and Waterford pushes. And we're going to get an offensive foul on Omar Rahman as he barreled into Elijah Martinez, and that's his second foul.
Yeah, good call that time. Elijah Martinez stayed home, got in front of the rock. Omar Rahman, and player control charges have to go to the bench, and Eric Pinch will check in for Omar.
The scouting report on Omar Rahman, he's new to the area, is very quickly going to be he'll get himself in foul trouble because he's always going to go to the basket.
Yes.
He's going to pick up charges, and he's active on the defensive end. So you're going to stand your ground against Omar Rahman. Lopez to Gonzalez. Shaking on Basetto, goes with the left hand, kicks into the corner. Benson from the baseline is good.
And that's there all night for the Whalers, Casey. That little drive and kick, they just got to be able to knock down the ability to rise up by Isiah Benson and hit that shot.
And we got a little Elijah Parker and Max Mazzella are being spoken to by Tony Gigliotti right now. They've been kind of getting into it. Mazzella, a football player as well. Those two guys are no strangers to each other. And there it is. The crowd's now going to get into it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
The gridiron to the hardcore, doesn't matter. High school sports. So you got Pinch on the point now, trying to free Mikey up off the ball. Try to run him off a double screen, get him some looks. Nice job by New London.
No basket, though, on the end. Gonzalez comes out.
I like that, though. It's a good move, try to free up Basetto a little bit.
In the corner, wide open look. Martinez, 3 short. 0 for 2 so far for the shooter. Up ahead, Sutman running the floor. He can't handle the pass, was a little long, and Lopez comes the other way, and he throws it away. And guess what? This is exactly what New London wants. As crazy as that is, they'll take 20 turnovers tonight if they can force 30 turnovers.
Sloppy basketball.
Basetto gets a screen from Mazzella, crosses over, splits, finds a cutting Mazzella. He gets to the basket, and he'll draw the foul. Basket will be no good, but he'll shoot 2. Let's see who Tony Jiggs says the foul's on. He's going to call that one on Parker.
Elijah Parker picking up the foul. Of course, he didn't do it. Right? Stick your hands up in the air. Not me. No, never me.
I'll put Mazzella at the line. He gets the shooter's touch.
Shooter's touch or the lucky bounce, as they would say in the business.
One more
Which would you
Mazzella.
prefer?
Whatever floats the boat for the sports doctor. Nice job by Pinch. Hustle, rebound, finds Sutman underneath. Goes strong. Spellman comes down with it, and then Parker cleans it up for New London.
Great job that time by Elijah Parker, rim protector.
Gio tried to do too much, loses it out of bounds. And Coach Parker's not going to like that. We're going to see Sincere Gray come into the ball game. And he's going to give a breather to Elijah Parker. Gray, only a sophomore. Whalers have some young guys on the bench. Senior leaders on the floor.
A bit of a matchup zone here.
Basetto, long 3, no good. Rebound, Benson. Basetto shot that one from far out. And then a turnover on the other end from Gonzalez. Spellman pushes. Strong to the basket, and we're going to get a foul. Nope, we're going to say ball out of bounds. Coach Parker and Eduardo Gonzalez are both saying no charge, but instead it's going to be Waterford basketball underneath the basket.
A lot of contact down there underneath the rim.
Pacetto inbounds to Spellman, just inside the three-point line. No good. Outlet now comes ahead. Gonzalez ahead of the pack. Finds Martinez. Martinez goes up on pinch, misses it. Sutman with the rebound, and we're going to get a reach on Gray. Missed opportunity that time by New London. 2-on-1. 2 layups they can't convert.
Yeah, a little too fancy that time by number 30 Martinez. Just take that up, go to the rim strong, son. Finish at the rim. I think that little dipsy-do that the players do out there. I don't like that. Take it strong.
Martinez is very, very streaky, and right now he has not made a shot here in the early going. Pacetto crosses over, pulls up just outside the three-point line. No good. Rebound Benson. Up ahead, he gets it to Martinez, drives baseline. Layup no good, but we're going to get a foul as bodies head to the floor. Martinez will shoot 2.
Yeah, I like the take that time by Martinez. He made his decision to get to the rim and go up strong. We'll get 2 free throws at the line. He's one of those streaky shooters, Casey. We've seen him knock down some three-pointers. We've seen him get hot. He can score in bunches.
Yep, he got a great touch. Mazzella with his second foul, so we'll see our first look at Trevor Yeomans. One more for Martinez. Second one is up, and it is good. We're back tied up at 9. Pacetto behind the back. Tries to split defenders, finds a cutting Sutman. Nice finish. Nice look as Pacetto got himself out of early trouble.
Delivery by Pacetto and then a catch it high, shoot it high action by Walker Sutman.
Long 3 by Gonzalez is good. Eduardo Gonzalez with the 3-ball. Pacetto around a double screen, kicks corner, pinch, forgoes the shot. In the corner, Pacetto, quick 3, partially blocked by Lopez. Gonzalez pushes in the corner. Martinez for 3, no good. Rebound comes down. Yeomans out of the pack. Yeomans to the basket. Wild layup, no good. Gray up ahead to Martinez. He's got one-on-one with Sutman, and that's going to be a block on Walker Sutman. He didn't quite have position and a hard collision with Elijah Martinez.
Martinez put his head down. He went to the rim and got the call. Elijah Martinez doing a little bit of everything now for Coach Craig Parker with Jalen Benson on the bench.
Yeah, they've gotten good minutes with Benson on the bench, and they've been able to get Parker some minutes on the bench as well. Score is exactly where they want to be. Gonzalez with pinch, crosses him over, heads towards the basket, kicks it. Benson looking for an outlet, and Martinez still has it, and they'll reset with Gio Lopez. Got away with one there.
Dangerous cross-court pass.
Lopez gets a screen, heads to the basket. Wild right hand is no good, but we're going to get a foul underneath on Yeomans. And with 5 seconds remaining here in the first period, we're going to see Gio Lopez shoot 2.
One thing is very noticeable right now with the London Casey is even with the size up front that Waterford has with Mazzella and with Sutman and Spellman and Yeomans out there now, they're not afraid to take it to the rim. They've made a conservative effort here to get to the rim.
Yeah, that's like you said, the Whalers want it. Fast tempo, physical, and sloppy. And so far, they've gotten all 3 of those things. And with a 13-10 lead right now, it's playing right into the hands of New London, both in pace, the early foul trouble on multiple players for Waterford, and the score right in line with what we talked about, the 50s. One more for Lopez, and he knocks them both down. Pacetto with 5 seconds, looks up. They try to double team. Pacetto splits underneath. Late shot, no good, and that's going to take us to the end of the period. J.J. Brennan got a shot off, but he couldn't nail it. We're at the end of one. 13-10 New London. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
It's the Sports Doctor, Keith O'Brien. You want to hear from local coaches, athletes, and personalities? Well, how about giving my weekly podcast a listen? Do you have a kid in mind, though, John, who would take the last shot down by 2 with, say, 6 seconds left?
God almighty.
I give you a look at sports from a fan's perspective as well. Do you have a problem with him pulling up from about 35 feet, from the basket, Coach?
We have had talks about this.
The Sports Doctor here on theday.com.
Game Day is brought to you by the award-winning Submarine Car Wash and Detail Center. Located on Route 12 in Groton, your local experts in auto detailing. A variety of car wash coupons are available on theday.com. Print and stop in today. Also by Family First Life. Are you a current or former athlete looking to earn over $100,000 a year? Well, if the answer is yes, contact Family First Life at 860-317-1324.
Well, if styles determine fights, I mean, this is playing, like you said, playing right into New London's game plan. Right now, kind of really taking Waterford, off their block, pushing them off their rhythm and tempo, making things very difficult for, Mikey and for the other scorers for the Lancers.
Look at who's on the floor to start the second period for Waterford, and tell me this isn't a message to his team. He's got sophomore Peyton Sutman, Trevor Yeomans, J.J. Brennan, along with Eric Pinch and Mikey Bassetto. Only Bassetto in the starting lineup to start the game for Waterford. That's a statement by Coach Bassett about what he felt the first part of the first period looked like for his Lancers. On the other side, New London will have Benson, Gonzalez, Lopez, Sincere Gray stays in the game, and Elijah Martinez. And you gotta like what Gio Lopez, a lot's been made of the story of Gio Lopez, the growth he's had as a person in all of the sports, from an all-state football player to a leader on the basketball court. He has embraced the challenge of guarding Mikey Bassetto tonight. He is going to be exhausted doing it, but that's the kind of thing he wants. He wants that challenge. That's such a difference from the sort of selfish player that he admitted he was previous to this season.
Yeah, and I think he's willing to sacrifice his own, need to score the basketball or sacrifice himself on the offensive end to play solid defense. And whatever the team needs. Hey, a kid has grown up. He's one of our favorites here on game day, Casey.
So note here, Isiah Benson, who normally wears number 23, had blood on his jersey and is switching, and he'll be wearing number 00, which is normally the jersey of Nick Fleetwood, who is out injured and will not be playing in tonight's game. So Isiah Benson, as if we need to make things more complicated with two Bensons on the floor, now he's going to wear Fleetwood's number.
Robert Parrish out there.
Gonzalez pulls up just inside, no good. And Sutman with the rebound. Bassetto pushes and he wanted to go in the corner to Brennan, but he traveled. A rare mistake from Bassetto. And Brennan nailed the three, too, by the way. And I like J.J. Brennan, the junior guard. He is not afraid to shoot the basketball.
Yeah, 11 points off the bench on the road at Stonington High School on Saturday. It kind of sparked that team down the stretch. They struggled a little bit coming off that win against East Lyme. He's a tremendous on-the-ball defender as well.
Elijah Martinez takes him to the basket. Reverse layup is good. Oh, fancy by Elijah. Bassetto, Sutman gets the ball stripped by Martinez. Martinez drives to the basket, and we're going to get a foul on the floor. That one looks like it's going to be on Bassetto, who is trying to stop him to get to the basket.
Yeah, anytime there's a turnover, anytime there's a leak out or a breakout, New London's going to get the ball to the rim. They're going to force the ball to the rim.
That foul was actually on Peyton Sutman. They got him for it, and that'll put Martinez at the line shooting two. And you're absolutely right, Sports Doctor. New London, clearly the mission for New London tonight, the message was get to the rim.
Yeah.
They have good shooters. Martinez is a good shooter. So is Gonzalez. But clearly the message is get to the basket. That's a 1-and-1 as the 7th team foul on Waterford. That was a foul on the floor, but it's a 1-and-1. Martinez nails them both and gives the Whalers their biggest lead of the ballgame.
Boy, he's provided a nice spark here, and especially in the scoring column for Coach Craig Parker.
Lob into Yeomans, drives to the basket, and a nice finish. That's a nice move there by Trevor Yeomans. Breaks a run by New London. Lopez to Martinez. Cutting to the basket, Gonzalez. Wild shot. They try to get a foul. Nothing there. Pinch comes out of the pack. Yeomans puts it on the floor. Finds Brendan underneath. Blocked by Martinez emphatically. Pinch goes to the basket. Kicks to Brennan. Corner three. Got it.
Yeah, no problem.
JJ.
Rising up. Hitting the three. Gets his shot blocked underneath. Comes back the other end.
Gonzalez tries to answer from his favorite spot. No good. And Pinch gets it back to Bassetto. A little run here. Nice look to Sutman, who finishes. Oh, what a bounce pass from Bassetto to Sutman. And not Walker Sutton, Peyton Sutton.
18-17. You think the starters are getting the message on the bench now, Casey O'Neill?
Lopez drives to the basket. Left-hander, no good. Nice strong rebound by Sutton. He falls awkwardly, but Pacetto comes out of the pack. He's got numbers. Zip pass to Yeomans. Basket is good. Oh, what a great look from Pacetto to Trevor Yeomans. And we're going to get a travel on Elijah Martinez, and Waterford's in the midst of a little run right now.
Good work done off the bench. Nice job here by the Lancers.
The Sutton boys are going to be on the court together as Walker's back in the game, replacing Yeomans. Great work by Yeomans. Pacetto's going to get called on a carry. I think that's a good call. I didn't like the carry late in the game of the East Lyme Waterford game, but I think that's a good call.
Mikey doesn't think it's a good call.
No, but there's a limit to what you can let them do with the basketball. I mean, otherwise, just don't let them dribble at all. Run with it like a football. Then Lopez gets into some trouble, gets it to Martinez. Martinez blows by Brennan. Brennan picks it from backside. Pitch, got numbers. Ahead to Pacetto. Layup is good. Back to a 3-point lead here for Waterford. Tempo favoring Waterford to the basket. Martinez, basket and the foul.
All right, back and forth action, Casey. Waterford took a little bit of a lead, and again, Martinez coming off the bench here for Craig Parker, paying big dividends.
Martinez with the layup, draws the foul with a chance to tie the ball game up.
It's an 11-0 run by the Lancers before that bucket right there by Elijah Martinez.
And New London had its biggest lead of the game. Waterford came all the way back. We're going to see Richard Harvey check into the game for New London. And Martinez finishes off the three-point play. And we're back to a 2-point Whaler lead. Or, excuse me, a 1-point Whaler lead. Or we're tied. I can't figure out the scoreboard here, so we're going to
Sure.
All tied up. Ball tipped around, and Gray comes out of the pack. Strong rebound by Sincere Gray. Up ahead, Gonzalez in the corner. Harvey out on top. Dangerous pass, but Martinez gets it. Now Benson. This Whaler team will be challenged to score. Martinez drives to the basket. He misses. Tipped around. Benson goes up strong, and we're going to get an offensive foul. I got to love the work Peyton Sutton is doing in this ball game right now.
The brothers out there. Sutton brothers.
That is an absolute fearless play right there by the sophomore, standing his ground and drawing the charge. And Harvey picking up Pacetto full court. Pacetto, wild shot in the lane, no good. And again, a foul, I think, underneath. We're going to see if that's on Sutton.
Reach in there, walk. Little nickel dimer, loose change out there.
It is on Sutton. That's going to be a 1-and-1 on the other end for New London, as both teams are in the bonus right now. But I got to say, Richard Harvey, not the guy I would have drawn up to D up Mikey Pacetto. Richard Henry. I'm calling him Harvey. Henry. The officials are commiserating right now. Tony Gigliotti is over at the scorer's table as Sincere Gray goes to the line to shoot the 1-and-1, and they're having problems getting the scoreboard adjusted.
No confusion over there. Jigsy working things out with the official score.
Our score will be right because we have Mike DeMoro, the infallible, unflappable Mike DeMoro, and he has it 21-all. A temperamental scoreboard here at the John T. Conway Gymnasium. Sincere Gray will be at the line shooting 1-and-1 for the Whalers. First one back iron, no good. Henry with the rebound and put back. Benson with the rebound, and that one goes down for Isiah Benson.
Yeah, catch it high, shoot it high. Isiah Benson, one of the bigs for New London. Keep an eye on this set here with Waterford. Pacetto off the ball, pinch handling the ball. Pacetto on the baseline, trying to come off the double screen.
Two shooters, Brennan and Pacetto in the corner. Brennan, he loves that shot. 3-ball, but oh, sincerely, I don't believe that's a good shot.
Hey, you see Liam Spellman and Max Mazzella checking back into the lineup. Great job that time by J.J. Brennan. And Peyton Walker goes to the bench.
Pacetto tried to get tricky, go off of Henry. Instead, Martinez to the basket. No good, but he'll go to the line to shoot too. Elijah Martinez has been living at the foul line.
Boy, he's just not afraid to stick his nose down and get to the rim.
That time, Mikey just got too cute for his own good, tried to throw the ball off of Henry, and instead went right through his legs, and Bassett wants a timeout for Waterford as the Whalers are up 2, and Martinez will be at the line to shoot 2 shots for New London.
Yeah, Martinez has carried the scoring load for the Whalers here in the first half. Nice job coming off the bench. He's knocked down a 3 ball. He's got to the rim. He's done a little bit of everything out there for Craig Parker.
I give Coach Parker credit for going with a lineup that we would not typically see as a scoring lineup when he has Henry and Gray and Benson in the game. Not Jalen Benson, but Isiah Benson. That's 3 real non-scorers, and Martinez has picked up the slack. On the other side of things, it'll be interesting if this Waterford group right here doesn't perform. Will Coach Bassett go back to the lineup that started the quarter? They actually went on their 11-0 run with that group.
Yeah, I definitely think it was a deliberate move by Coach Bassett to send a message to the kids and say, listen, we're in a dogfight here. Hey, bring your lunch pail. Let's go to work.
Martinez knocks that one down. One more for Layla.
Pushing the buttons of a high school basketball player, huh?
That one's short off the bottom of the rim, barely touched it. Pacetto will push with Henry on him. Spellman now. Gonna try to get to the rim on the smaller guy. Instead, pinch shoots, and Gray blocks another shot. Martinez all the way to the basket on Pacetto. No foul. Pinch comes out of the pack.
Wow.
Spellman now to a cutting Yeomans, blocked by Gray. Sincere Gray has been fierce on the defensive end. Martinez all the way to the basket, and we're going to get an offensive foul as Pinch did a nice job standing ground and having position, and it'll go the other way on Martinez.
Martinez trying to force the issue a little too much that time, Casey. Great job by Waterford staying at home on defense, and now we see Omar Rahman checking back into the game with 2 fouls.
With 3:49 remaining, and those 2 fouls, Rahman back in the game. Henry picking up Pacetto now. Again, they're going to let Mikey get ahead of steam. It seems to be the Rahman looking for a cut in. Inside it goes Yeomans, back to Mazzella. Mazzella loses the ball out of bounds, and it'll be Whaler basketball.
And again, the last 4 or 5 times down for the Lancers, you see Pacetto off the basketball. You see other guys handling the point, trying to free Mikey up for a shot. London's making him work, though, that's for sure.
Gonzalez tries to get to the basket. Can't finish the shot, however. Henry picks up Pacetto right away. Crossover from Mikey. Nice look underneath, but a tip by Martinez. And Benson comes out of the pack. Ahead to Gray, to Henry. Blocked out of bounds by Yeomans. It'll stay Whaler basketball.
The swat by Trevor Yeomans. Not on my watch.
Henry will inbound under the basket for New London. Up top to Gray. Gray drives, kick out, 3-ball. Martinez. Good.
Nice confident stroke by Elijah Martinez. NBN, nothing but nylon.
Pacetto, kick out now. Rahman drives, finds the cutting Mazzella. Can't finish. Ball loose on the floor. Scrum. Out of the pack comes Yeomans, and he'll get fouled, and he'll get to the line to shoot 2.
Again, that's one of the few times we've seen Waterford get a second chance opportunity, Casey. Yeoman's doing a good job in there, scrapping, fighting for a loose ball, and gets himself to the line.
He'll shoot 2, and we're going to see another sophomore, Ryan O'Connell, come into the ball game. Right now, Coach Bassett's looking for any answers for his team to try to find the mix to get some consistency on both sides of the floor.
Looking for a guy to finish at the rim, too. Max Mazzella missed a couple layups. Sit down, think about it, son.
And this is a very long front line with Yeomans, Spellman, and O'Connell, and 2 guards with Rahman and Basetto. This is a very long Waterford team. Henry, step back, three-pointer, no good. Spellman out of the pack. Now Basetto pushes. Basetto underneath. Yeoman stripped. Ball on the floor. Benson comes out of the pack. And we're going to get a foul on Basetto. And that's going to be a 1-and-1 for somebody on the Whalers. Let's find out who they're going to put at the line.
Could be Benson, probably.
Looks like that's going to be, in fact, Isiah Benson. So a long time on the bench for Jalen Benson. He hasn't played since the early part of the first period with 2 quick fouls. Gio Lopez is going to come back in the game, and that's going to be double bonus now. That's the 10th foul, so Benson will shoot 2 for New London. First one is up and no good.
You get the Robert Parrish touch for the line. A little high arcing free throw. Cringe when he shoots it. Coach hopes it goes in.
Lopez into the basketball game. That's a good reference.
Yeah, sure.
Henry, who gave him some good minutes defensively, back on the bench for New London. One more for Benson, and that one rattles in and out. And then a rebound from O'Connell. Basetto will push. Basetto spins, right hand, floater in the lane, no good. Strong rebound by Isiah Benson. And Martinez the other way for New London. Martinez. Nice layup in the lane by Martinez.
Boy, the slip, the delivery, Elijah Martinez hits a 3-on-1 trip, then gets to the rim on the other. Number 30 come to play tonight, senior guard.
Pinch inside Rahman, little floater in the lane, no good. Ball tipped around. Spellman loses it to Gray. Gray up ahead to Martinez, numbers to Gonzalez. Got it, and the foul!
That time the facilitator that time. Elijah Martinez, the look-away pass, the hoop by Eduardo Gonzalez, and the harm.
Biggest lead of the game for New London, 8 points with a chance to extend.
I was going to say, just like that, we're up to 8 points. Again, you know, you're talking about rebounding opportunities, leak outs, beating Waterford up the floor right now, and, you know, with the commitment to take the ball to the rim. The key tonight right now for the Whalers.
You know, we talk about, again, matchups. There are definitely, before the game, if I said to you in the first half of this game, Peyton Sutman and Ryan O'Connell are going to get meaningful minutes for Waterford, you would say,
who?
Yes.
Who?
And if on the other side of things, I said that Richard Henry and Sincere Gray and Derek Raymond, who was about to check in the game, are going to get minutes for New London, you would say, what is going on in this game? I think it's a testament to the tempo and to Waterford not be able to get any traction. They haven't found a team that's really been able to stay consistent on both sides, and New London's just going to run body after body after body out there.
And they're going to run. They're not going to stop running. You know, every loose ball, every rebound, they've got guards leaking out, whether it's Mello, whether it's Eduardo, Gio when he's in the game, we're going to leak out and we're going to run. You know, and they're big people. We knocked them early in this ball game. They played very well here. They've held things down extremely well.
Yeah, Sincere Gray has been fantastic, sophomore. Yeah. And now Derek Raymond, another sophomore, checks into the ball game as well. So 2 sophomore bigs into the game for New London, and the senior Gonzalez at the line trying to finish. So the steady hands of the senior Gonzalez and Martinez, and a bunch of youth around them.
Yep.
Basetto's got Lopez back on him. Pinch swings. Rahman drives baseline, kicks out of bounds almost, but saved by Martinez. That'll be loose on the floor, and a tie-up will favor Waterford.
Rahman's got to be careful on the perimeter there when he takes the ball to the basket. Almost got away with a walk.
And his 3rd foul. If he, we said that's the recipe against Rahman.
He wants to go. He's going to stick his head down. He's going to get to the rim. Just stand in front of him.
Basetto spins baseline, pulls up, jumper. Can't get it to go. Gets the rebound back and finds Lopez by mistake out of the pack. Gio with the basketball. Ill-advised pass, and Basetto makes a beautiful save on the ball to pinch.
Good hustle.
Basetto spins off of Lopez. Zip pass underneath to O'Connell. Pump fake, and the ball's out of bounds. It will stay Waterford. I'll tell you, Basetto is so good at that zip pass. The ball in his hands, you'd think he'd be a good pitcher on the baseball field.
He'll find you. If you're running the floor, heads up, hands up, because he will find you, and you will get rewarded.
Spellman, corner, Rahman. Rahman splits defenders, loses the ball out of bounds. It will stay Waterford basketball. A little over-aggressive that time from Omar Rahman.
Yeah, no call there. I thought Mello kind of knocked him down, knocked him off his stride a little bit.
Brennan back into the ball game now for Waterford. He'll replace Rahman. Inbound by Basetto to Spellman. Up top, O'Connell. Swings to Brennan. Back to Basetto. Zip pass underneath. Spellman with the finish. Oh, Mikey, I like it.
Hey, nice job. Like I said, heads up, hands up. You will get rewarded.
Timeout on the floor. New London. Coach Parker wants to stabilize things with 50 seconds remaining here in the first half and a 6-point lead. New London couldn't have diagrammed the first half any better. This is really where they want to be.
Yeah, and I think Coach Parker wants to slow things down a little bit here heading into the locker room. Let's maybe, work the perimeter. Let's run something. Let's run a good set and try to get into the locker room up 7 or 8 points.
On the other side of things, I think Coach Bassett has figured out the big man rotation that he wants. He needs guys that are going to run the floor, right? That's going to be the key.
He needs
run
athletes,
the floor,
yes.
because Basetto's going to find you if you run the floor. He wants guys that are going to run the floor and finish at the rim, whoever it's going to be. So right now it's Spellman and O'Connell, and they're going to have the 3-guard lineup. I think you're going to see them try to free Brennan and Basetto up. This is going to play defense against the smaller New London lineup, and Jalen Benson's now in the ball game for New London for the first time since early in the first quarter. So New London's got their best scoring lineup out there.
Well, which makes me to think that they're going to salt this a little bit heading into the locker room. Get a good look here with Jalen Benson.
Martinez, Benson. They're going to look for that last shot. This is where New London likes to run the weave. Gonzalez and Lopez, 4 guards on the floor for New London. Lopez with pinch on him. Again, New London's going to be deliberate here, running for a final shot. Martinez to Gonzalez. 15 seconds, Gonzalez and Lopez. Again, now here comes the final set as we enter 10 seconds in the half. Gonzalez gets a high screen from Benson, drives to the basket, loses it out of bounds, and good position that time by Waterford. Turnover, and they'll get a chance at the last shot with 5 seconds. Full court pressure now from the Whalers. Basetto gets the ball. They try to stop the dribble. Crosses half court. Spellman at the buzzer. No good, and we are at halftime here at the John T. Conway Gymnasium, and the New London High School Whalers with a surprising 31-25 lead right now over the Waterford Lancers. The sports doctor's going to be down on the court with Coach Craig Parker. Sports doctor.
Coach, what worked for you guys in the first half? How are you guys going to be able to get a 6-point lead heading into the locker room?
Just a lot of hard work. I mean, nothing in particular. We're just working hard out there. It's just hard work.
How do you defend Mikey in the second half? How do you keep him off his game?
Same thing what we've been doing. We got guys playing him, and they're doing a good job.
All right, the message in the locker room?
Keep playing hard.
All right.
Keep playing hard.
Good luck. Hard play in the London Whalers. Coach Craig Parker.
Not a lot to say as usual, Casey.
The best interview in the business, sports doctor. We're at halftime at New London. Whalers with a 6-point lead. Come on back on the other side. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
The group of girls, especially with Jada and India, we've been playing for almost 10 years together. And for them to go off and branch off, it's beautiful, but it's sad.
Everyone thinks that oh, New London, they lost India and Jada. We don't got to worry about them anymore, all that stuff, but they still need to worry.
How many times a day do you think of that shot that you made?
I think of it pretty often, because that's honestly what keeps me going. A lot of people believe that we can't do it without India or Jada, and that's not the case. And I gave all my heart in that, with that being our last game together on the home floor. If everybody on our team now just keeps that same momentum and mindset, we could go pretty far.
Obviously, the speed, we have, instead of obviously India, Shree, excellent players, but now we have Ty and X, which are quicker. They're really quick posts.
We are a faster team. Because we're smaller, but we all kind of still do have that we want another ring mindset.
We have a group of girls that we just want it as bad as ever. We want to prove to everyone that no matter what, New London basketball is where it's at, and it's always going to be a challenge for people to come and play us.
Time and a happy New London girls basketball players as well as fans as the Whalers have a 31-25 lead over Waterford here at the John T. Conway Gymnasium. The Sports Doctor is with our halftime guest, New London baseball coach John McCullough. Sports Doctor.
Well, Casey, one of New London's has come back home. Coach John McCullough, head baseball coach here. Coach, your second year now with the program. What was one of the things you might have learned from your first year heading into your second year?
First year, it was pretty tough. The kids still really didn't understand the game of baseball, needed to understand how the culture around here needed to change. We needed to get them to realize that this isn't just a basketball and football town, that we have 6 state championships up there on the board as well. So to get them to realize that, get the culture back to where it used to be, that was the toughest part of the first year.
Now, speaking of state championships, you're no stranger to that. You won a state championship here as a player.
Yeah.
How do you bring that in? How do you change a culture?
The biggest thing to change a culture is to get them to understand that they have to play as a team. Because baseball is a team sport, you don't have one guy who can take over a game like you can in football. You don't have one guy who can take over a game like you can in basketball. Baseball, we got to play as a unit. We can have one guy go out there on the mound and he can throw 10 strikeouts, but how often is that going to happen? Right? That's going to happen once in a blue moon.
You know, your journey through coaching, you coached at E.O. Smith, you coached under Mike Susie. You know, what have you taken and you've learned throughout your years and now brought it to New London?
Biggest thing I learned with Coach Susie is the kids also, you have to stress to the kids they're student athletes.
Right.
You're not just an athlete. I want to see you go to college. That's my biggest thing that I took from him, and I brought it here, and now the kids are starting to understand it.
Now, you've also brought the legendary coach, Gil Vargas, back to the bench. He's with you. You know, talk about his meaning to the program now and some of the other guys you may have on staff.
Biggest thing with Coach Vargas, when I realized that, you know, he's going to get close to being done soon, and I went, there's no way he can retire in anything but green and gold. And who else to bring a program back from where it used to be than the guy who brought it there for 35 years. Couldn't have a better teacher to help you do that.
Now, your son's going to be a big part of this team, too, is he not?
Yes, he'll play little third base, he'll pitch for us, he'll be in the mix.
Is it tough to try to reach into some of the youth programs, you know, Little League, you know, travel baseball, like you said, to try to rebuild the culture or rebuild the program here in New London?
The easy thing here is I got a really good friend named Isaac Lazaro who's down in the Little League program. So we grew up together, and we when I took the job, one of the first things we talked about is we have to bring baseball back starting from where he's at now. So for the last 12 weeks, we've actually had a Little League clinic here every Sunday from 10 in the morning until noon. We come in, my whole coaching staff, I have kids doing community service, and we teach them how to play the game.
Listen, there's no pressure here, but above our head is a state championship baseball banner. There's another one over to our left. There's another one to our right. You've been part of that. Is that when you envision down the road for New London Whaler baseball?
Absolutely. I didn't come back here to just win games. I came back to win state championships.
Casey, boy, he's come back home, and he's back home to New London. He's one of your guys, Coach John McCullough.
Yeah, Sports Doctor. And there it is, the 1991 Baseball State Championship that John was a part of, pitcher, shortstop. He's also won a football state championship as a quarterback in 1992, 91. The idea of playing for state championships, you hear Coach Craig Parker say it all the time, it's a mantra of New London High School. They play for state championships here. They play for those, the green and gold banners on the wall. Right now, this New London basketball team looks like they want to play for a state championship. 6-point lead at halftime here at New London. We'll come back on the other side. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
He definitely gets in your face.
I heard like this kid from the Bronx is coming, so I was like, okay.
He's that great defender, on-ball defender.
He'll play hard defense, but then, you know, when someone says something to him, he's going to go up another 2 levels that you don't expect.
And that energy, he's especially after a dunk, he gets that crowd hyped, and we just feed off that energy.
To be honest, I was a little nervous. first game and he was like already getting a technical, I was like, oh Jesus. And then when I saw him play, I was like, all right, he's pretty good. He'll help us out this year. So I was excited.
He works hard on both ends of the floor, so he does a lot to help everyone around us become better players.
Living in the Bronx, it was tough. I mean, it was dangerous most of the time, but it made me tough. I came here to bring some energy, so like, yeah, I gotta turn up sometimes. My mom wanted to move, and when she said Waterford, I looked it up on YouTube. I saw Mikey, so I met Mikey my 8th grade year when we was on the AAU trip. I just hit him up. I was like, yo, I'm moving to Waterford. I don't know where to go. And he was just like, come over here. Mikey got that New York swag. I love it, yeah. He always trying to cross somebody and make a fancy pass, yeah. That's how New York is, so playing with him is just like playing in the Bronx.
I met him the first time in the hallway. Came up very polite, very nice. And Coach Bassett, how are you? And I met him, and there was a couple summer league games. So I went to go watch him, and I thought to myself, "Wow, that's a special defensive player right there." He definitely has that ability to not only be in your face defensively, but then also to really, see like what's going on.
Someone's got to be on it. I love playing defense. It's like that's my main thing. So that's my best attribute. So as long as I do that, we get the W. It don't matter.
That's you, Pete. That's you, Pete. He said a low screen. You got to be there.
Game Day is brought to you by Family First Life. Family First Life can meet all your life insurance needs. Contact them for a free quote at 860-317-1324.
I'm not intimidated by a lot of things or a lot of people in life, but there's just something about Craig Parker that really kind of gets me going a little bit. I can't crack the code. What is the code, Casey O'Neill?
Well, I think first of all, this is an example of where you're not a New London guy.
No,
he is articulate and converses with me in long, eloquent sentences.
Oh, it's as simple as that. If I'm not wearing the green and gold, I'm not in the mix. He's the Greg Popovich of the ECC and of the state.
Well, he's all business during the games. He's very matter of fact, and he's not going to give you a lot. But right now in the locker room, he's got a 6-point lead.
He's pleased,
and he's got to be happy with that.
Yeah.
Now, Waterford got probably as bad a half from Mikey Bassetto as they've had all year, and not a lot of help from Omar Rahman, and they're only down 6. So if you're Waterford, you got to feel pretty good about a turnaround in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, Rahman's been on the bench with the 2 fouls, and Mikey is pressing a little bit. He's not letting the game, flow and come natural to him. I see him score 45 against Ledyard, where it was, and I think maybe that has to do with the style. Maybe it's the fact that he's being crowded and pushed around and being played in a physical manner. If he's given open space, Casey, he'll make some plays, but he hasn't had a lot of that tonight.
3 games in a row, the diagram to beat Waterford has been clear. Beat up Mikey.
Yeah.
Get Omar into foul trouble by standing your ground and make someone else on Waterford beat you. They couldn't do it against East Lyme. They had to rally against Stonington. I just think that Mikey's got to play within himself a little bit more and force, that's what a leader does, force his teammates to get a little bit more involved.
Yeah, on the other side, attack the rim, because they don't have any big-time shot blockers like a Trevor Hutchins or one of those type of kids. So New London did that in the first half. They attacked the rim.
Original starting 5, quick 3-pointer from Gonzalez, back rim no good, and a strong rebound by Sutton, but he loses it to Benson, who steps out of bounds. Waterford basketball. Quick 3 by Eduardo Gonzalez, no good. So New London will have Jalen Benson back in the game with Isiah Benson, along with Elijah Parker, Lopez, and Gonzalez.
And Jalen Benson chomping at the bit here. A little boxing 1 on Mikey with Gio Lopez right now. Just shadowing him and hounding him.
Straightaway 3 by Liam Spellman is good. And there's an unusual thing. He's going to knock that down. That's going to take New London out of its entire defense.
Yeah, that was Coach Bassett saying, no, great shot.
Benson gets to the foul line, blocked from behind by Spellman. Bassetto comes out of the pack. Mazzella on his right, Spellman underneath. Spellman, Mazzella, block underneath, and we're going to get a reach-in foul up towards the basket. That's going to be on Gio Lopez as Walker Sutman was going up for a follow, so Sutman's going to shoot 2.
Going to walk Johnny on the spot that time, cleaning up the mess Nice job on the offensive end of the glass. Walker Sutton, there he is, a little leprechaun look. Angry at that.
First one, no good. I think the message at halftime for Waterford you're going to see here is a more aggressive offensive play, and I'm very surprised to see Liam Spellman handling the basketball. That is a completely different look than what we've seen. But you saw in our pregame feature, he is a versatile player.
Swiss Army knife. He can do a little bit of everything.
Benson does not want the high screen, sends Parker back into the post. Gonzalez goes right by Rahman, blocked at the rim by Sutton. Benson gets the rebound and puts it back in. Isiah Benson with the finish.
Yeah, welcome to the game, Isiah Benson. Nice job. Robert Parrish, 0-0.
Spellman drives all the way to the basket. Can't finish, but there's Sutton for the finish, and Parker up high for the rebound. And Walker with a frustration over the back foul. Both Spellman and Sutton with golden opportunities at the rim.
Yeah, so you're seeing a boxing one right now by New London, Casey, and Liam Spellman actually can break down that center of the zone with the dribble and get to the rim. Just got to finish. I'd like to see Rahman at the top of that. Let him go to the rim.
Gonzalez looks for the screen, kicks. Now Lopez on a weave, drives on Basetto, pulls up just inside the foul line, short, back on top. Gonzalez drives now, left-hander no good. Lopez in traffic, puts the ball on the floor. Underneath, Parker, nice job to Gonzalez for the high arcing layup. The Whalers outworking the Lancers at the rim.
Those are just hustle plays right there.
Basetto blocked from behind by Parker. Stay here, Waterford ball.
Hustle plays, 50-50 balls, all being won by the Whalers.
And Basetto, uncharacteristically, loses the basketball and takes a spill, but it'll stay Waterford ball.
His dad over in the front row of the stands, grimacing.
Dad's here, sister Sarah, Uncle Bill's in the crowd. Basettos are here tonight.
Grandfather's here.
That's right.
The gang's all here.
The gang is all here. Inside, he tried to find Sutton, but it was picked off. Gonzalez looking to push now, finds Lopez just inside the three-point arc, buries it. Gio. Spellman tries to get it through traffic. Mazzella out of the pack, Jalen Benson, and he's going to get fouled. Mikey stopped the layup that time. Nice sportsmanship there. Mikey checking on Jalen. Benson and Basetto tied up.
Yeah, last couple of times on the floor for Waterford, you see Mikey Basetto not on the same page with his teammates. He was looking for a little slip and roll to the basket by Walker Sutton. It wasn't there. Coach Bassett's going to talk about it right now. You know, the team is just not in sync.
You know, and again, we talked in the open, you know, getting the top is one thing. Staying up there is another. A lot of teams, the ECC, we talked all year, the ECC is loaded. The top 5 teams are very, very good. And so Waterford rolled through the first, 9 games of the season until they met a very good East Lyme team. They came back with a very good win over Stonington, as we see. That is not a cheerleader. That's just a member of the Sea of Gold, the New London student section. Nice job, young man.
I'm going to get out there and do that there in the post game.
I will give you every single thing I have in both of my pockets if you do it.
Oh, man.
So they lost East Lyme. They come back and they play Stonington. And, Stonington did all they could do against them and made it a very close game, had the lead.
Sure.
Ultimately, they're not in the same caliber as New London, Ledyard. Now Waterford's looking at tonight, Ledyard on Friday.
Yeah, not going to get any easier. No, it does not get any easier. And again, you talk about the guards for New London, the 4-guard offense, it gives teams fits. Craig Parker's done a nice job with this group.
There's Jalen Benson with a rebound on the floor, strong rebound, and Mazzella comes down with it. Opportunities underneath, but Benson couldn't finish. Now Basetto finds Spellman, he pulls up, no good, and rebound, Jalen Benson comes out of the pack, spins up ahead to Gonzalez. Layup is good, and the Whalers are up 10, and the John T. Conway Gymnasium is feeling it.
The delivery by Jalen Benson.
Basetto loses the ball. Benson comes out of the pack with numbers, all the way to the basket. Flip, layup, no good, but a foul on Rahman, his third. Benson will shoot 2, and it's a little bit out of control here for Waterford.
Yeah, just the way New London likes it, Casey. Ugly, scrapping, hitting the ground. hustle plays, 50-50 balls right now going in the favor of the Whalers.
That right there, that picture says it all. Bisetto with a scuff mark on his face. His neck is bothering him. And he is...
That is floor burn right there, my friend.
That pretty much sums up the look right now. Half injury, half frustration, and a dollop of concern as the Bisetto family looks on saying, hey, how's he get that no call? This is the atmosphere we talked about. It was going to get physical.
Dad's not happy, like father, like son, both fierce competitors. They'll get that cleaned up and taking a look at. They'll be back in the game before you know it. But no, London scraps. They turn this game into an ugly mess. And they place right into their hands. They're up by 10.
With Bisetto and Rahman out of the ball game right now, J.J. Brennan and Eric Pinch are going to get the responsibilities for ball handling. Yeomans, Mazzella, and Spellman will be the front line. Benson knocks the first one down. Biggest lead of the game for either team now. It's a 11-point New London lead.
Jalen Benson's been sitting for most of this ball game.
Coach Parker's unsure about something. He's unhappy right now.
Screaming at somebody.
One more for Benson, and that one's good. Calmly knocks them both down.
So Chop can scream and yell at the officials and the scorekeepers, but he can't give me a halftime interview.
Let it go, Sports Doctor. Let it go. Brennan, Pinch. Brennan, 3-ball. Good. JJ knocks down the 3.
You like that stroke by number 20.
That kid's got no fear. I love how he comes in with confidence. New London looks to take a little air out of it right now. They're going to be happy playing in the lead. High screen with Benson. Spellman, now he kicks it back. Gonzalez, long 3. Brennan got a nice block. Parker got the rebound literally on the back of Mazzella. You've heard of over the back? That was piggyback.
Max Mazzella with the classic box out. Back up, stick your butt in the air. The ball does not hit the ground.
The crowd here can't believe that call was against Parker, but Mazzella was literally giving him a piggyback on the floor. Pinch now, pulls up the dribble. Needs some help. There it goes. Yeomans, baseline. Whalers look to trap. Pinch spins, heads to the basket. Nice look to Mazzella for the finish and the foul.
Nice job that time, turning the corner by Eric Pinch. The delivery to Mazzella, the hoop and the harm for number 23. And I think that's what Coach Bassett was looking for out of the first half from his big people. Get the ball, make a strong move, get to the line with an and one.
And with both Bisetto and Rahman on the bench, these group of Lancers look to step up and play a little tougher. You know, Mikey goes to the bench with a scuff mark on his face, and they stepped up for their leader. Benson all the way to the basket. Layup is good. Brennan tried to draw the charge, couldn't do it. Nice finish by Jalen. Let's not forget, Benson wasn't in the game for most of the first half for New London.
A smooth move by Jalen Benson. He can score the basketball out there for Coach Parker.
Brennan, 3, wing. Oh, that kid's got a smooth stroke.
I'll tell you this, the last few trips with Waterford, without Bisetto in the game, the ball's moved a little bit. The ball's moved side to side, and they've got open looks.
Gonzalez finds a cutting Benson. Double blocks, we'll call a tie-up, and that'll be Waterford basketball. And here comes Bisetto back into the ball game, replacing Mazzella, and Elijah Martinez back into the ball game. He will replace Elijah Parker. So we're trading Elijahs right now.
Martinez had a big first half.
Bisetto right back in, 3-pointer, and drills it. If you forgot he wasn't in the game, Mikey just reminded you he's back.
Yeah, he got a high screen up top from Yeomans and just came off the screen and buried it 3. Waterford playing with a little bit of life right now. This is the most energy I've seen them with all game.
Lopez all the way to the basket, and a nice finish on the other side from Benson.
Keep an eye on Gio Lopez is in the grill of Mikey Bisetto.
Pinch, heads baseline, finds a cutting Yeomans. Basket is no good, but he'll go to the line. The ball work with Pinch heading to the basket and high screen and rolls is the best offensive set that Waterford has run.
Yeah. I mean, Pinch is going to draw some defenders. He's going to draw some attention because he can shoot it. He can finish. Defender slips down. He finds the open cutter at the rim. Yeomans has impressed me, too. He's a big kid. He's athletic. He's not afraid to mix it up a little bit.
He'll shoot 2. First one is up and back rimmed. 5-point New London lead. We're pretty much where we were at halftime. Both teams making runs here in the third quarter.
So Waterford matching New London's guards with their own guards. Their own 3-guard set with Basetto, Pinch, and Brennan. Good move by Coach Bassett.
Not the 3 guards we would have thought.
No.
But I love the shooting touch of J.J. Brennan. He shoots it with confidence, and the results have been every bit as good. Benson with Spellman on him. It's a nice matchup right there. The slippery Benson, and inside Gonzalez finds underneath Martinez. Back to the other Benson. Now Gio drives to the lane. He's hounded. Swings it out. 3-ball. Gonzalez is good. That is nothing but the bottom of the net.
And that's ugly basketball. Drive and kick. Gonzalez knocks it down from the perimeter.
Mikey answers from downtown short. Benson up ahead to Gio Lopez. They've got numbers. Gio. Oh, he wanted to go in the corner, and Basetto intercepted. Up ahead to Brennan. Strong to the basket. Oh, and he's hammered.
And Jalen Benson can't believe he picked up his 3rd foul right there. Thought he had all ball, but again, J.J. Brennan not afraid to mix it up with the bigs at the rim.
Say what you will, next year when Waterford loses Mikey Basetto and Walker and all that, it's going to be Liam Spellman, J.J. Brennan, O'Connell. They're going to have a lot of fun up there. They don't lack confidence here in Waterford, that's for sure.
No, number 20's got a little swag to him out there. Kind of gets it from his sister, wouldn't you think?
I'm about to say, when your sister might be a better shooter than you, and you are lights out, that's tough. That's tough.
He don't want to hear that. He's going to watch the telecast afterwards and say, did Casey just say my sister is better?
2 more years of it, JJ, and then I'll give you the nod. But right now, your sister's the best player I've seen in a long time at Waterford. And that's a lot of good players there at Waterford. Benson with the basketball up 6. Oh, Spellman picked them. Ball loose. And Yeomans gets it to Basetto. Too much dribbling from Jalen Benson. In the corner, Brennan, 3, no good. Strong rebound to Yeoman, back up to Basetto, top of the key. Got it! Mikey!
Boy, Casey, you like the way the ball moves around the perimeter. They find the open man, the catch and shoot, the extra pass that time for the Lancers.
Lopez gets in trouble, finds Martinez to the basket. Nice strong layup from Elijah Martinez.
Played a good ball game tonight. Number 30 getting to the 10. Not much of a high riser, but he can finish at the rim.
Pinch. Spellman fakes the 3, drives to the basket, floater, short, tipped out of bounds. It'll stay Waterford basketball. That's one that Spell needs to finish. Just got to put a little more mustard on it.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a push shot there instead of shooting it.
A little alligator arm
aim.
floater.
Yeah, a little aim. A 9-iron or 2 like that in my day.
Yeomans with the 3, short rim, and a strong rebound from Jalen Benson. Ball's loose on the floor, tied up, and that's going to be New London basketball. Under a minute here remaining in the third period. This game has hovered at the 5-6 point mark for a while now. Every time Waterford answers, New London has had their own. Let's see if Coach Parker asks for one shot or if they're going to run offense.
He'll probably take the air out of the ball like he did the end of the first half. Get a good look. Drive and kick. Find one of your shooters on the perimeter, whether it's Benson or Gonzalez.
That's the New London weave that they like to run. But I'll tell you right now, that is not the place where you're going to get. You don't want to get into a big in the corner.
No, you don't want to pick up your dribble over by the sideline, too. I think Greg Parker's telling him, why would you pick a dribble up there, son?
And I'm going to give the guard. It's the guard's fault. He shouldn't be touching the ball. You got 3 guards on the floor who are looking to dribble the basketball. You don't give it to a big. In the corner to Gonzalez. Now there they come back up top. Here comes the weave. Actually got 4 guards on the floor. Gonzalez drives. Benson.
Thought about it.
Yeah,
he thought about pulling the trigger there.
They want that one shot. He's not going to take that one.
So the inside out will come from the drive and the kick here from one of the London guards.
Martinez with Basetto on him. Back to Benson. As we head to 10 seconds, they'll look to run. Spellman bodies up Benson. 8 seconds. Benson gets the high screen through the legs, drives, left-hander, no good, but the follow by Isiah Benson at the buzzer. And at the end of 3, the Whalers 52-45 hop on the roller coaster. Fourth quarter action on the other side. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
It's the Sports Doctor, Keith O'Brien. You want to hear from local coaches, athletes, and personalities? Well, how about giving my weekly podcast a listen? I mean, do you have a kid in mind, though, John, who would take the last shot down by 2 with, say, 6 seconds left?
God almighty. I mean,
I give you a look at sports from a fan's perspective as well. Do you have a problem with him pulling up from about 35 feet, from the basket, Coach?
we have had talks about this.
The Sports Doctor here on theday.com.
Game Day is brought to you by Family First Life. Family First Life is a team environment, hiring many current and former athletes because they understand competitiveness and teamwork. If you are looking for a part-time or full-time work, apply online at familyfirstlife.com.
And on his birthday tonight, Coach Jeff Bernardi, 65-47 victory for the Vikings over the Stonington Bears. His birthday, Jeff Bernardi, one of the best-dressed coaches in the league, along with Dave Cornish, and I certainly would not confuse Chop Parker with being one of the best-dressed coaches, would you?
I would not. Coach Bernardi, how's my 401k doing?
Look at Chop. I mean, Chop, put a tie on, put a jacket on.
He's got the yellow, though.
I mean,
green and gold,
he's got the green and gold, but listen, he is not in my top 5, that's for sure.
Pacetto launches that one from the cove and misses off the side of the rim. Up ahead, Lopez ahead of the pack. No numbers, he misses, but there's Benson with the rebound. Little turnaround in the lane over Sutman is good.
Boy, I like the work by Isiah Benson, Casey. The rebound, the drop step. He's got Walker Sutman on his hip and the delivery for 2. That's what you want out of your big people if you're Craig Parker.
Yeomans answers with a 3 ball on the other side. A confident Trevor Yeomans knocks it down. Benson gets looking for the high screen. He's got pinch. Finds a cutting Benson underneath. Benson to Benson for 2.
The law firm, Benson to Benson.
Pacetto loses the ball the other side. Gonzalez comes out of the pack. He's got Martinez, but a nice backdoor pick up ahead, and too much by Pinch, and Pacetto goes hard into the mat.
And a pinch to the mat. He looked like Mikey actually looks like he's been on the mat for a few rounds.
It looked like he was wrestling.
Beat up, yeah.
Wrestling face burn. Going to get Rahman back into the ball game for Waterford. He's going to replace Brennan. Omar Rahman has struggled this last week staying on the court.
Isiah Benson has been playing like Isaiah Thomas ever since he changed his jersey. He's had a good ball game up front for the Whalers.
Eduardo Gonzalez drives to the basket, kicks to Benson, and he's going to be fouled by Sutman, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, and I like it. I like the position that time by Benson. He got to the inside of Walker Sutman. He put him on his backside, and that was an easy delivery on the pass that time in Gonzalez.
Benson is a matchup nightmare for a guy like Sutman, who's a good physical, fundamental player.
Yeah.
But Isiah is that sort of quickness. Once the ball's in the air, Sutman's boxing him out.
He's slithering right in front of him, yeah. He's done a good job tonight. He's anchored down that front line. We haven't seen too much of Elijah Parker since the first half. And, he's played very well out there.
Now he's got a chance, crazy as it sounds, he has a chance to put the Whalers back up 10. And he does with a dead ball off the back of the rim.
Doesn't matter how, just matters how many.
Rahman to the basket, and he's going to draw his 4th foul. There's the recipe, right? Stand your ground, and Jalen Benson got the charge on Omar Rahman.
Yeah, that's the book, the guard number 4 right now. He's going to have to find that little pull-up floater from 8 or 10 feet, Casey, and knock it down because, again, he's strong enough to get to the rim, but your defenders are figuring him out a little bit in the league.
Gio Lopez and Omar Rahman with a little bit of old-fashioned jawing going on. Benson finds the cutting Lopez. Tries to draw contact, no foul, but Gio finishes at the basket.
Boy, he's fired up, too. He is ready for action tonight. What a competitor, Gio Lopez.
Takes it personally.
Said to me in an interview a few weeks ago, he was tired of hearing about Waterford East Line.
Rahman short on the 3. Rebound, Jalen Benson. Up ahead, Elijah Martinez. Layup is good, and the Whalers, with their biggest lead of the game, 48 with 6:04 remaining. They are blowing the doors off the Lancers up and down the court.
14-3 run by the Whalers, Casey, have them up by 14. Wow. And just like that, too.
6:04 remaining, and the crowd here at New London High School very fired up and very confident. On the other side of things,
a little subdued over there in Lancer Nation right now.
Yeah, a little bit of wondering what's going on right now.
Listen, that's what's going on right now. You've got students doing backflips and the student section getting fired up and whole 9 yards over there.
Again, we talked, it's a long season, right? This game right here, it does, is the things that you have to learn from to win an ECC championship.
Yeah.
Or to play in the state championship. And this is the same Waterford team that a week ago was flying on all cylinders.
Yeah.
But right now, they're going to have to make some adjustments because teams have a game plan now for how to play against Waterford. And on the other side of things, I am ashamed to say I did not mention New London in the same breath as these teams preseason. This team's better than I think any of us realized.
Well, I don't think you're alone when you didn't mention these guys. I mean, I think we were all in the same boat. But he, again, talk about the last 2 years that Craig Parker has done coaching a different style of kids, Casey. He doesn't have that blue chipper anymore. He's got to coach up with what he's got. And this is good coaching right here. Putting your kids in a position to be successful.
Oh, nice look from Benson to Benson. That law firm has been doing some work.
The check's in the mail. Isiah Benson showing up big time. We're in a 0-0 tonight.
Long three from Bassetto is good. Straight away with a long three for Bassetto.
Oh, boy, that was from Bates Woods, I think, that shot right there.
Other side now, back in the action. Gonzalez trying to beat Brennan off the dribble. Goes to the basket. Wild shot, no good, but he'll draw the foul. And Eduardo Gonzalez, the smallest guy on the floor, is going to shoot too.
Yeah, Casey, look how well New London spreads the defense. They spread the floor out their four guards. They find a mismatch. They turn the corner. They get to the rim, and then they start creating a little bit of space. There's options there. Once Gonzalez gets to the rim, he can either finish or he can find a Benson in the corner or Gio Lopez or Isiah Benson for the easy layup. It's a great offense right now being run by the Whalers.
Preseason, we weren't talking about New London. They lost to Danbury, who's ranked in the top 5 or 6 in the state, and they lost to East Lyme, who's about to enter the top 10 in the state as well. And they got some big wins. NFA, Ledyard, New Britain. This is a good basketball team. The ECC has got some good basketball teams.
No, I've been saying that all year. You've been saying it all year, and it's not just 1 or 2 teams. It's 5 or 6.
Spellman up top. Yeoman's another 3 is no good off the side of the rim. And Jalen Benson comes out of the pack, spins, pushes up ahead. Martinez tries to finish. Oh, Lelo!
Was he hanging in the air on that one? Martinez, little hang time. Showtime, number 30.
Bassetto spins, straightaway 3, short. Gets his own rebound, corner 3, short. Spellman tips Brennan. A little panicky right now for Waterford.
A lot of arms right now on Mikey Bassetto's shot. No legs, pushing it up, all arms. A little tired right now.
Turnover as well. Jalen Benson now, a little shake and bake. Swings to Gio Lopez, and we're going to get a travel and move that foot before he got to the basket. Time starting to tick away, though, for Waterford. 14-point New London lead with 4:22.
If you would have told me that New London was this game was going to be played in the mid-70s, upper 70s, I would have said Waterford would have the advantage.
Same here.
Not the case.
Long 3 for Brennan is off the back of the rim, and Lopez comes out of the pack. And they're going to slow it down right now. And Pinch and Bassetto just ran into each other and fell down. We had a timeout from Coach Parker.
I need a timeout.
Set the thing, 4 minutes. And right there, the face of Mikey Bassetto says it all. The Waterford Lancers are befuddled right now. This game is playing at a score where you said it, Sports Doctor. Well, New London's playing it at a score.
Yeah.
Waterford, though, 53 points. About 30 points below their season average.
Well, I think you and I both said, 56-50, 55-50 when we came into the gym. We've surpassed that, but New London has got the lead. They've figured things out on the offensive end, and they've smothered Waterford on the defensive end.
Yeah, and we said, not every team has the personnel to do what New London's doing.
But look at these student sections. Game day shows up. The kids show up. I love it. Kids get fired up. You know it's a big game when Casey O'Neill is on the call.
Yeah, when the sports doctor makes a house call. They all want the sports doctor.
What a great environment these last 2 games have been. We were at Waterford last Thursday night. Saw a big-time matchup between East Lyme and Waterford. Big-time matchup here tonight. And it doesn't get any worse the rest of the way.
No, and then,
fantastic.
When we go Waterford and Ledyard on Friday, I promise you, Waterford's going to have a big, big question mark hanging over them.
A rematch, a payback time for the Colonels.
There's a nice jump-in steal by Pinch all the way, and he misses the layup. Benson the other way, splits traffic, drives to the basket, kicks, Gonzalez, 3, short. Rebound Yeomans, up ahead Basetto. And Basetto's going to get fouled on a reach-in. Gio Lopez doesn't like the call as he reaches in, draws the foul on Basetto.
Back and forth, helter-skelter action.
Every empty trip for Waterford, though, the clock starts ticking away. Jumps out early, Basetto, floater, sideline, no good, and he was fouled out there by Martinez, and Basetto will shoot 2.
Elijah Martinez pleading his case. Even Chop Parker's pleading his case. 3-point shot. Chop didn't like that one bit.
So Basetto with a little step back, lean in 3, draws contact, and he'll shoot 3 free throws.
I can hit Chop right now. Tony, what do you mean? Jigsy.
Important that Basetto knocks all 3 of these down.
How is he at the line? Tell me that, Casey O'Neill. How is that a foul?
One thing that New London has going for it, they're tough to press.
Yeah.
Because of the guards.
Yeah.
And they'll attack the pressure and score on the other end. So right now you're going to see Waterford trying to up the pressure a little bit. Tough to do. There they double-team Benson.
Got to get rid of the guy. Get out of that corner, Jalen Benson. Why does he dribble to the corner, use the sidelines as an extra man, and pick up his dribble? Why?
Yeah, he's the guy to trap, too, because he will try to dribble through the pressure a little too often.
You pick your head up. I'm sure somebody's going to be open. High school kids, Casey, they always, and I'm sure on your level, too, with the 5th graders, why do they try and dribble through the pressure?
Lopez, wow, he had a wide open Benson underneath. A little bit late. And a timeout. Coach Parker, as Lopez found himself in trouble, and Coach Parker calls a quick TO.
You're going to answer the question. Why are they always trying to dribble through the pressure? You coach it, you're seeing it, why do these kids do it?
Well, I would say it's poor coaching.
Well, I mean, because you're on the coaching end of it.
But I know Craig Parker's a great coach.
Right.
I think it is, honestly, each of these kids, when they were kids, were probably the most talented ball handler on their rec team.
Okay.
And I think they learned at an early age that they could dribble through pressure. Yep. And so you do have to reteach. So, if I had J.J. Brennan circa 5th grade on my 5th grade team, my pressure break would probably set a screen for J.J. and go,
get out of the way.
Which I think is, you got to try to teach.
There's an open man somewhere.
You got to try to teach. It's hard. They all want to do it themselves. And they can do it against enough teams that it makes it relevant. Lopez takes the ball out to Martinez. The Whalers are going to try to force Waterford out because they're in the bonus. Spellman jumps ahead of Martinez, picks his pocket.
Got away with a walk there.
And Basetto is going to get a foul on Lopez, and he's going to shoot 1-on-1.
Yeah, Liam Spellman's lucky there. Got away with a little bit of a walk, cross step. And again, you talk about wasted trips and empty trips. There was one for the Whalers.
I don't like the strategy of taking the air out of the ball for New London. They're going to turn the ball over too many times. They have been running incredibly effective offense over the last few minutes. As Basetto misses the front end of the 1-and-1, Yeomans pulled down the rebound but stepped on the out-of-bounds line. It'll be Whaler ball.
Yeah, a little too soon to put the game in the cooler if you're the Whalers.
Run the offense. Gonzalez now has Brennan on him. Splits, heads down the floor, finds Lopez, drives, baseline, blocked by Yeomans. Out of the pack, Basetto. Basetto shakes and bakes, corner, Brennan, 3. Oh, he is so smooth. JJ can fill it up. Benson to Benson. Get out of the way. Cross court, Martinez. Bad pass, intercepted by Yeomans. Ahead to Basetto. No finish, but Yeomans trails. And just like that, the lead is 6.
Got to get him some help in the backcourt.
He's going to have to get it over half court. He does to Gonzalez. And we're going to get a foul on Pinch. And that's going to put Eduardo Gonzalez at the line.
Waterford bench is screaming Coach Bassett for a 10-second call there. Wants to know what the count was. Apparently it wasn't 10, Coach. Good, solid defense that time by the Lancers.
This is a huge front end of a 1-and-1 for Eduardo Gonzalez, as this lead is suddenly only 2 possessions. Misses it on the front side. Basetto coming the other way. Hard to believe, but Waterford is only down 6. Yeomans, 3-ball. No good. Benson with a rebound. Gets it ahead. They've got numbers. Gonzalez pulls it out.
Nice job. I like that move by Eduardo Gonzalez.
Now he splits the defense all the way to the basket. Had the layup and instead turns it over.
Why didn't you finish at the rim?
Ahead. Pinch. Misses another layup. Lopez underneath Gonzalez, and the layup is good. Sloppy play favors the Whalers.
And finally,
Martinez. Gonzalez, he wanted the 3, but he took care of business, and he's fouled by Spellman, and he'll go to the line. There was the Waterford opportunity. They had it to 6. They had a chance to cut it to 4. And a missed opportunity for the Lancers.
Yeah, Pinch has missed a couple of chippies at the rim, Casey. And again, it's helter-skelter. It's end-to-end. How to make the layups. But it just seems like down the stretch of this game, and even in the first half, Casey, some of the 50-50 balls, some of the scrap possessions have all gone to London's way.
Gonzalez knocks down the first one. One more, or in the words of the former great Mickey Monty, another.
And I agree with you. I just think taking the air out of the ball with 3.5 minutes to go kind of hurt New London a little bit.
Short rim on that one, front side. Basetto comes out, down 9. Still got time. Double screen, Brennan, quick 3. Long that time, and Jalen Benson will be fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 for the Whalers.
Jalen Benson been called on a big second half here. Foul trouble early. Sat the bench for a good portion of that first half. He came on here second half and played a nice ball game. He's done a little bit of everything out there for Craig Parker. Rebounding, scoring, good ball handler. He's the type of kid that Chop needs on the floor.
Benson now at the line. Opportunity here. Front end. Back iron, no good. Rebound Spellman. Missed opportunities here. New London has to be better at the line, keeping Waterford in it. Basetto loses it off his foot. There it goes to Yeomans. 3-ball from the wing, short, and a strong rebound on the floor. Lopez fighting for it. Gonzalez comes out of the pack, and we're going to get a foul on Basetto, and that will put Gonzalez at the line to shoot 2 as the Whalers have entered the double bonus.
Double bonus the rest of the way for the Whalers. Eduardo Gonzalez, talked about him in the open. Little Mr. Do-Everything for this team. Boy, and listen, again, you talked about it as well. I like this New London team right now. They can scrap, they can play with anybody in the league right now.
And you come in, I'll tell you, teams from around the state, you come in to play this New London team, it's going to be tough to match.
It's going to be a dogfight.
And it's not just that they're these little guards. They're tough. They've got athleticism around the rim. They can shoot it a little bit. And it's going to be a tough road for any team matching up with New London. They have established themselves as one of the teams in the league.
Isiah Benson can play.
Mikey Basetto with a long 3, trying to keep him in it. Gonzalez now will be fouled. He'll shoot 2 more. And it's hard to believe that they're heading for the exits here at the John T. Conway Gymnasium. That Basetto triple. Cut it to 8. Gonzalez will shoot 2. And there's not a lot of believers here at this point. They're heading for the doors.
Well, the London's got a chance to salt this game away from the free throw line in the last 50 seconds or so. They got one of the guys that they want shooting the ball, and Gonzalez at the line. Smooth. Up and in. Yeah, Brennan's headed for the exit.
She got to be proud of the way her brother shoots the basketball, though. He tell you, he's got a nice stroke. 1 of 2 from for Gonzalez. Brennan, corner, pinch, knocks down a 3. And a quick foul on Jalen Benson as Waterford's now within 6. Back to 2 possessions. New London's going to have to keep making some free throws. They can't keep making 1 or 2. Benson will go to the line for 2 now for the Whalers.
No, and this is New London's game to win right now. They just got to convert from the free throw line. Listen, the guys who you want to have the ball right now are Benson and Gonzalez. And Martinez. Jalen Benson, not Isiah Benson. Sorry.
On the other side, we've seen 4 guys knock down different threes for Waterford, so you got to hope they miss 2. And Benson, one of their best free throw shooters, he misses the front end. Right now, 2-possession game.
This is a big one right here.
Second one is true. They're hounding Bassetto. They don't want him to get any head of steam. You know he's going to look to pull it up. Bassetto, long 3, no good. Rebound, Elijah Martinez. He's fouled by Sutman, and he'll go shoot 2. Mikey shot that one from the Whaler logo.
Yeah, that was a little quick that time. Come down, try to get a good look. You've got some shooters on the floor, and Brennan pinches out there as well. It's a big win here tonight if they hang on. Ledyard tonight, 87-48 over Woodstock, so Ledyard is ready to roll for Friday night.
You know, suddenly Waterford with its 2nd loss in the conference. Ledyard, 2 losses in the conference. East Lyme and New London, 1 loss in the conference along with NFA.
Yeah.
2 losses. I mean, they're just beating each other up. And if Waterford beats it's all back and forth.
It's going to be a lot of fun Friday night, I know that.
Bassetto all the way to the basket, and he misses the layup. And out of the pack comes Gio Lopez. And he'll shoot 2. As the Whalers, I think at this point, can feel pretty confident with 16 seconds, call it 20 now, 20 seconds remaining in the game.
Nice game plan here today for New London, Casey. Nice job by Craig Parker. Again, if you told me New London would score 76 points and win, I thought they'd be on the losing end. But, tip your hats off to this team. They've played extremely well. And for Waterford, back to the drawing board. Doesn't get any easier because they play Ledyard on Friday night.
And we will have that game for you live on game day as the rematch between the Waterford Lancers and Waterford beat Ledyard in the midst of the best basketball they played all year. Ledyard's probably playing its best basketball currently. That will be very, very interesting. Lopez misses his. Bassetto pushes up ahead now. In the corner, Brennan, pump fake. Double clutch 3, no good. Spellman back up top. Bassetto, quick 3, short. Elijah Benson with the rebound, and he'll be fouled with 7.5 seconds remaining. And a 9-point Whaler lead, and that will do it. We're just going to get to the final buzzer here. The New London Whalers are going to defeat the Waterford High School Lancers to give the previously, what a week it's been for Waterford. 2 losses in the span of 7 days. And a very happy Whaler cheering section. They are dancing in Whalerville right now. One more for Benson. No good. Spellman with the rebound. Spellman, long 3, no good. Benson with another rebound, and that will do it. The New London High School Whalers have defeated the Waterford Lancers decisively, 76-67 here at home. They stay with only 1 loss atop the ECC. Waterford drops to 10-2. Both losses this week, and assuredly will see their spot in the top 10 in the state come to an end. The sports doctor will be on the court as Coach Craig Parker and his Whalers, after an excellent effort here tonight against Waterford, Sports Doctor will have our post-game interview. Hard to believe that the game was close back and forth, but an emphatic victory at the end, a solid victory for the Whalers. And the Sports Doctor down on the court will have some jubilant, victorious New London High School Whalers. Sports Doctor.
Well, Coach, boy, you guys came out with a game plan to be aggressive, especially at the guard position, get the ball to the rim, and it paid big dividends. A nice home win tonight against a good Lancer team.
Yeah, they're a good team, but, I knew we could play with them and a good chance of beating them. We play them again where it happens, whatever happens. But I thought we had a great chance to win the game tonight. The kids did a great job. They followed the game plan for the most part. This kid right here is just a man amongst boys at his side, undersized big man for us. He just did a tremendous job. What can I say?
Coach, does it, when you have, small lineup like that on the floor, do you worry about rebounding and stuff like that?
Yeah, at times. But, Gio Lopez is actually our second leading rebounder on the team. So, Gio's a tough kid. He's a banger. I don't know.
Isiah Benson, it seemed like when you changed your number and got into Robert Parrish style out there with 0-0, listen, you played a heck of a ball game out there. The trust that the coach has in you to get up front and mix it up with the big people, it's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it does. I just do my job when I'm out there and try to help my team get a win.
What's more important, scoring or rebounding?
Rebounding, because it gets my team the ball.
All right, I saw Elijah Martinez, nice game coming off the bench, 3-point shots, and what was that deal you by the baseline floating? Kind of like Michael Jordan out there.
Yeah, I don't know, just the confidence in me, and the coach has a lot of confidence in me. So.
Do you have the green light out there to shoot the three-pointer?
No, I do. I do. I do have a green light.
Hey, Coach, what does this mean for your group of kids now heading into the second half of the season? You had a big win last week against NFA, a nice win tonight against Waterford. It's got to boost your confidence a little bit.
Not really. I knew we had a good team from the start. We're 9-2, and we just tell our kids we don't worry about all this stuff about who's knocking off who. We just want W's. We don't care. We just want W's. And I knew we had a good team from the start. We have 4 good, solid senior guards. Everyone else underestimated us. I don't know why, but I knew we had a good, solid team.
Casey, the league's wide open this year, man. These next few weeks can be a lot of fun, especially with Coach Craig Parker.
Sports Doctor, we have all kinds of good stuff coming up on game day beginning on Friday, where the Ledyard High School Colonels are going to look for a little payback as they travel to Waterford, who drilled them earlier in the year by 20. Then on February 9th, NFA travels here. That's the other way around. They come here to New London in a matchup where the New Whalers knocked them off earlier in the season, and then New London at Ledyard in a rematch. And right now, looking ahead to that February 13th game, that New London Ledyard game might be for that other spot along with East Lyme here in the ECC. We're going to have, obviously, the semifinals and the finals, but Sports Doctor,
I'm worn out from talking to Chop Parker. My God.
Well,
Is it that tough?
Well, you keep wanting him to admit that they were ever an underdog or that they were ever an afterthought. Yeah. And in his mind, he's saying, look around.
I'm more beat up than Mikey Bissetto is tonight from Chop. No, I think he's got tremendous confidence in his team, and it shows. They played a great ball game tonight.
Yeah, and I think we knew the 4 guards coming into the season. I think we had asked, we said, if you look back at the preseason talk, we said, we know they're going to have guards, and we know they're going to have swagger.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the big? Who's going to replace the Gomez, the Major Roman?
Yeah.
And the answer is a little combination of Parker, Benson. They got good minutes off the bench, but Isiah Benson, I think, is the guy that's taken the step up that no one saw coming.
Well, I think it's his athleticism that really paid big dividends by the rim. He wasn't afraid to mix it up, finish, rebound. He did a little bit of everything tonight for Craig Parker.
At the end of the day, you can have good position, you can work hard. Rebounding ultimately is about effort and desire and that motor. And Isiah Benson, has nonstop motor in his effort, and his desire to rebound is outstanding. And they got a nice mix right now. They can shoot the ball, they can get to the rim, they can play defense, they can turn the game ugly. Maybe the Whalers aren't used to being an afterthought. They're not playing
They
like
don't
it.
like to hear about that either, apparently. And I'll tell you, where do you go right now if you're Waterford? You got to go back to the drawing board. You got to figure things out a little bit. I think you got to have a little heart-to-heart with your team. And it seems like right now, Casey, I might be wrong, but they've kind of lost their identity a little bit, especially in the offensive end.
I think that they look like a team that's pushing a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I think the person that has to have the talk is the leader of the team, and that's Mikey Bisetto, because when they were at their best tonight, it was when the other people were involved. Mikey might have to be a 10-point scorer and 15-assist guy.
Yeah.
But the J.J. Brennans and the Yeomanses and the Pinches, when they were scoring, when Mazzella and Spellman are finishing at the basket, and that's part two. Mikey can be the distributor, but you got to finish at the basket. So, they definitely need to take a look at things right now. 2 losses in a week, but let's not forget, 2 losses to very good teams.
Yeah, I mean, the extra pass maybe, a little less dribbling, the extra pass, find the open guy, dive to the corner, get Mikey freed up a little bit. I think that might be the recipe for this team right now. There's no flow and there's no rhythm right now in the offensive end.
Yeah, and it's a good time in the year if it's going to happen. They were flying high. They got 7th in the state, undefeated. Now that talk's gone, right? You're not going to be ranked anymore. You got 2 losses. You're not even atop the conference. We talk about, will you survive the fall?
Right.
Well, that's the next thing we're going to find out. Are they going to survive the fall? And it starts on Friday with a Ledyard team that will be gunning for them off of that loss. Talk about blood in the water. Ledyard right now wants nothing more than to go into the X on Friday and avenge a 20-point loss earlier in the year.
Yeah, they got cooked up there at the Xavier tournament. I mean, Mikey Bisetto had his, career high 45, 48. Was it done at 43?
48.
48, yeah. I mean, he just shot lights out because he had a lot of open space. I'm sure Ledyard will make the adjustment. Waterford will make the adjustment. The last thing Waterford needs is Trevor Hutchins to go for 28 and 25 like he did against East Lyme.
Yeah, if he does that, you can't beat that team. That's just too good. But, it's an exciting time. If you look at, like we said, the next few games, it's all these teams atop the conference battling each other. And, East Lyme has done their first part. They beat New London.
Yeah.
And they beat Waterford. Ledyard has lost their games. So right now, it's just a question of, from here on, who's going to keep climbing up.
People are going to start asking you and I and Mike tomorrow, who's on top? Who do you see? I don't know. And that's the beauty of this basketball season. We knew the league was going to be good. We knew it was going to be better than it was in the last few years. And it's not just top-heavy. There's, like I said, 5, 6, 7 teams, St. Bernard's as well. There's a lot of good teams. And if you ask me right now who the clear-cut favorite was, I don't know.
If you go forward to the ECC tournament, envision the 4-5 game. That's going to be we don't want that camera angle ever.
Oh,
that's what are we doing? What are we doing with that? Listen, this isn't fantastic, but it's better than back here. The 4-5 game could be like, NFA Ledyard.
Yeah.
A 4-5 game, and then going on, New London Ledyard could be a semifinal.
Yeah.
The league is outstanding. I'm looking forward to all of it. You want my opinion right now? East Lyme, I think, has the best team.
You still like them with the X Factor with Dev?
I do, because I think he's special. But this team in the green and gold,
I would not want to match up with them.
No, I wouldn't either.
In a tournament-style game, because in a one-game scenario where if you're not making shots or if they're scrapping and they're getting to the rim and they're doing their thing, and again, we talked about this the last 2 years, Craig Parker has had to coach a different style of basketball player. 3 years ago when he had Colin Sawyer and Seth Lake, and they buzzed through everybody to finish 19-1 that year. He doesn't have that type of basketball player. So he's had to coach these kids up and change his style a little bit. I take my hats off to Craig Parker. Not during the interviews, but especially during the coaching.
I think in many ways he's more comfortable with this kind of team and this kind of game. Right there's our cue. They're locking it up. It's closing time here at the John T. Conway Gymnasium. Last call, Sports Doctor. For all of the game day crew and the Sports Doctor Keith O'Brien, I'm Casey O'Neill. Good night, everybody.